Oh my god, opening round fixture released. I wonder who the Mighty Cats have in the opening round. Oh yes, first of all, you have the traditional Sydney v Melbourne? What the f? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so basically, the opening round fixture got released yesterday, and we basically have a new style of footy for one of the greatest rounds in the AFL. That is the hype of opening round, or aka round one. What was meant to be round one, but now it isn't. And so the great minds at AFL headquarters, most likely Andrew Dillon, came up with a new round of football to get more people to love and support the AFL that are more in the rugby league territory, like your New South Wales, your Queensland and Northern Territory. And so basically Dillon released a statement here, and to summarise what he said, all he was saying is how good it is to have the opportunity to have games in the unique parts of Australia who aren't one-eyed supporters of the AFL. Now, on a personal level and what I think of the opening round, well, the so-called opening round, yeah, pretty bad planning and execution if you ask me. And again, if you saw the video that I made last year, I said that Magic Round or Gather Round is just going to flop badly, and look what happened there. In fact, I really regret that statement. But anyways, what I really think of what's going to happen here with the opening round is that probably will be very good for the first year, but seriously, if this returns in 2025, mate, Carrara Stadium and the SCG aren't even going to fill up the can bar. There's just a couple of things that don't really work with me in the opening round, and it just sucks, really, to be completely fair. And the couple of reasons that I've got is that, number one, it's the matchups. Now, what's so bad about the matchups? Well, basically, I'm just going to say straight up, I just prefer a season of AFL or a fixture of AFL where there's a lot of blockbuster games, but they're not in the same round, because they've just basically gone straight up with blockbuster games for the opening round. Like, don't get me wrong, the matchups are perfect, and I get why they want to start the season off with a bang, but I just reckon that you'd probably want to save the blockbuster games for later in the season and get more hype up, because if you're just starting really quickly with these massive games like your Gold Coast Richmond, that's big because of Damien Hardwick, and what was another one? Brisbane Carlton, the preliminary final rematch, and then GWS Collingwood. So I don't really see why they'd put that at Giant Stadium, to be completely honest. But yeah, games like that, and even Sydney v Melbourne. Brodie Grundy against his former club, well, his club that didn't even play really many games at. Yeah, it's really good planning, but I feel like they should be like your round 10s and your round 14s and stuff like that. They probably should have saved that for later on. And to be fair now, there's not really going to be too much hype for the rest of the season now, because Diller's just basically just chucked all the blockbuster games into one round. And I know there's only 4 games, but still, that's 8 clubs that were big games, obviously, in 2023. And yeah, I don't really like that idea. And I do prefer at least 2 blockbuster games each round of the 2024 AFL season. I hope they do that. The fixture gets released today. I don't know if it's going to come out when this video gets uploaded, but still, yeah. Second of all, I think it's just pointless to take away the buys of all the AFL teams in mid-season. They've kind of just started it off with the first couple rounds of the season, and they're not going to wait to have a mid-season break. Well, I don't know for sure if that's what the case is going to be, but it kind of seems like it's going to be like that, because I doubt they're going to have a 26-round season. But yeah, it was just perfectly fine as it was before. Now it's just kind of confusing, because 8 teams are going to be playing in the opening round. Then what's going to happen to them after? Are they going to have a bye in round 1? Are they going to have a bye later on in the season? Like, what's going on at the AFL headquarters? And lastly, I seriously just don't think it's right to have New South Wales and Queensland to start off the AFL season for 2024. It just doesn't feel right. Like, how have they contributed to the AFL? They've got teams in rugby league territory, but is it really worth it? Is it genuinely worth taking a Richmond-Carlton clash away from the MCG to start off the season and have the Sydney Cricket Ground, the Gabba, Metricon Cell, what's it called now, Heritage Bank Stadium, the Gabba, bloody Giant Stadium, you know, I've probably said the same things twice, but still, it just doesn't work. It's not really traditional. It has no meaning. It's pretty poor. It's genuinely poor from AFL HQ, and, you know. And you don't really need 4 Victorian clubs to play away in round 1, I guess you'd be calling this, because I still think, I don't really want to see opening up an AFL app and then see OR and then 1 right next to it. It'd just be so confusing in my eyes. And just seeing Melbourne take on Sydney for the first game of the season doesn't make sense. Like, in my opinion, they probably should have just went with a split round where they have at least 2 games to start off the season, and then a week later they continue playing the games of round 1. I think they had the split round in 2012, I'm pretty sure it was 2012, 13, and 14. I'll have to check that later on, but yeah, I reckon instead of having opening round, it should have just been split round. Just my opinion though. You guys comment down below your opinions as well. I actually love to see what you have to say. So yeah, the new AFL opening round, I reckon best can be described as an absolute failure towards the AFL. Just no purpose, no real meaning to it. There's no real hype up to it. And if you look at the comment sections on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I'm pretty sure I can basically sum up what people think of this new unwanted round. And honestly, as of late, I think the AFL is just kind of copying the NRL at this rate, because obviously last year had the addition of gather round or magic round, whatever you prefer to call it. The NRL kind of started that before the AFL, and the AFL kind of just took that away from the NRL, but I wouldn't say took it away, they just kind of copied the idea, and obviously the inclusion of GWS and Gold Coast as well. You've got, they're more rugby league teams, they're more rugby league territory, not too convinced on it, and now you've got another NRL thing where you're starting the season off in New South Wales and Queensland, and wouldn't be surprised if they had an opening round in bloody Northern Territory or the ACT soon. Overall, just a pretty stupid addition to the AFL, I feel. But anyway guys, that is the end of today's video. If you want to see a part 2 to this or me reacting to the AFL fixture, leave in the comment section down below. And also comment down below what your thoughts on the opening round for the new 2024 AFL season is. Can't wait to see the fixture as well. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See yous.